Hello Year 9. Following your homework on simultaneous equations, that was the homework you did before half term, page 199, questions 4 to 10. I feel we have a bit of work to do on this. So, I'm going to talk through 3 or 4 of the questions and then give you a chance to show you really can do it by handing in your corrections and a couple of extra questions for Tuesday, the 12th of January. I'll give you those at the end. So the first question we're going to have a look at. Let's look at question 4 on page 199. So the first thing I need to be careful of, I need to make sure I write down my question correctly, and it says, solve the following pairs of equations. So I have 5x plus 3y equals 21. It then says I have 2x plus y equals 3. I do not have the same coefficient, that's number in front of, x, nor do I have the same number in front of y, coefficients of y. So I have to multiply one of these equations, either equation 1 or equation 2, so that I can have the same coefficient of either the x's or the y's. I'm actually going to multiply my second equation by 3. Because I multiply each part of this by 3, the equation has not changed. So let's try and do that. We have 3 2x's is 6x, 3 y's is plus 3y, and 3 3's are 9. I can now, this is my new equation 2, I can now bring down my equation 1, 5x plus 3y equals 21. That was my equation 1 from here. And now I'm going to look at where here. My coefficient of y is 3y and my coefficient of y here is the same. So we've got those the same. We look at the signs in front of them, they're both pluses. The signs are the same, so we will subtract. So we're going to subtract these two equations. And 6x take away 5x is x. 9 take away 21 is minus 12. There we are. We have x is now minus 12. Now we want to substitute that back into one of the other equations. I'm going to sub it into 1. So I now have 5 lots of minus 12 plus 3y, and that's going to be 21. 5 minus 12 is minus 60, plus 3y is 21. Let's rearrange this. So, I know you guys like to do this. So if I plus 60 here, we have 3y equals 81. So now I divide by 3. So I now have y equaling 27. And there is my second answer. To check, and I would really recommend checking, especially as a lot of you are unsure on this, to check, I'm going to substitute my two values, x and y, into the one equation we've not used yet. So we used 1 here, we're going to check it into equation 2 now. So using equation 2, that's this version here, because that is the simplified version. We're going to say 2 lots of minus 12 plus 27, and that should equal 3. Well, let's just check. 2 minus 12 is minus 24. Minus 24 plus 27, and that does equal 3. 27 take away 4 is 3. We therefore know that we are correct, and that x is minus 12 and y is 27 is correct. So your homework. Your homework is to correct the answers you got wrong. It is then to go to page 200 and complete questions 1 to 6 correctly. If you're still unsure what to do, please listen further or go to Maths Workshop. Good luck. Question 7 on page 199. I now have 5x plus 3y equals 11 and 4x plus 6y equals 16. I want the same number of x's or y's. In this case, I'm going to equation 1, equation 2. I'm going to multiply my equation 2 by... No, I'm not. I'm going to multiply my equation 1 by 2. I want 2 lots of equation 1. And that will give me 10x plus 6y equals 22. So that's my new equation 1. And I'm now going to write equation 2 underneath it. 4x plus 6y equals 16. The coefficient that is the same is in front of y. And both those sides are the same. Signs are the same. So, same sign subtract. So I'm going to take away the two equations. 10x take away 4x is 6x. 6y minus 6y is nothing. And 22 minus 16 leaves me with 6. If 6x equals 6, then we can divide each part by 6, which will mean x will therefore equal 1. And that gives our value of x. We substitute that back in. I'm going to substitute it into equation 1 because I think that looks easier. So we have 5 times 1 plus 3y plus 3y equals 11. So 5 times 1 is 5 plus 3y equals 11. Let's simplify it by getting all the numbers onto the same side. I want to take away 5. So I now have 3y left here, and 11 taken away 5 is 6. I now want to divide by 3 to get my y on its own, and 6 divided by 3 is 2. So whilst x is 1, y is 2. Let's check that, very important, into equation 2, the equation we've not yet used. We used equation 1 here. Now to check, we're using equation 2, and we're saying that x is 1 and y is 2. So in equation 2, we now have 4 times 1 plus 6 times 2. And I'm saying that should equal 16. Well, 4 times 1 is 4, plus 6 times 2 is 12, and that equals 16. We now know our answer is correct, and we can write it as a coordinate with our x value of 1 and then our y value of 2. Voila!